Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American Correspondent for Buddhistdoor Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's talk is Understanding the Buddhist Teaching of Oneness. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. So, one of the things that often gets talked about in Buddhist circles is the teaching of oneness. You may have even heard people say that we're all one. The funny thing about this teaching, however, is it doesn't exist. Which is to say, there is nowhere in the sutras where Buddha or one of the patriarchs or matriarchs of the Buddhist tradition states, all is one. So where does this misunderstanding arise? Well, it comes, from what I can tell, from the Trikaya teaching of Buddhism, which states that the Buddha body exists in three parts: the Dharmakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and the Nirmanakaya. And that all of reality is an emanation or is something that comes out of the Dharmakaya. So we are all one in the sense that we are all part of the universal Buddha body, which is why you'll often hear Buddhist teachers like myself say things like, all beings are Buddha. So instead of saying all is one, it would probably be more correct to say we are all birds in the same sky, or we are all fish in the same ocean. It would also probably be more accurate to say that we all live in relationship with one another. Case in point, we have chickens here on the homestead, and one of the treats we like to give them is watermelon. So we slice up the watermelon, we take it out to their chicken run, throw it in, and they pick away at it until there's nothing left but the rind. I then take that rind and I bury it in our garden beds. It decomposes and it provides a very rich, very healthy humus for our plants to grow out of. We then eat those plants, and then we feed the chickens more watermelon. So there's a very healthy, very life-affirming cycle that occurs here on the homestead. Now, it would be incorrect for me to say that I am one with my chickens. They have bodies that are separate from my own, and yet I'm not entirely separate from them either. We live in relationship. We're all beings on the same homestead, and my life very much depends on theirs, and vice versa. Similarly, it would be incorrect to say that the garden and the chickens are one, and yet they, again, exist on the same homestead, and they feed one another. The chickens provide watermelon rinds for the garden. That soil provides vegetables, some of which are then fed to the chickens. When we understand that relationships between ourselves and other people, the oneness that exists between us and them, not literally, but figuratively and metaphorically, we're able to develop compassion, not just for them, but also for ourselves as well, because we understand that anytime we help other people, we're inevitably also helping ourselves, and vice versa. In this way, the Buddhist teaching of oneness, now not 100% doctrinally correct, it's very helpful in helping us develop compassion. Amitabha.